something.
Never done before.
We've never done before. It is the trend that is taking the wrestling world.
The independent wrestling world by storm.
Independent wrestling world by storm. Everybody's doing it. You know, our Joey Janela.
Yep.
Our buddy Dr. Dan.
Yep. Everybody at AIW loves him.
Yeah. Apparently, this is the unofficial drink of absolute intense wrestling.
Yeah. And now possibly, unless it's fucking nasty, the unofficial official
I'm kind
drink.
of expecting it to be.
I got the least offensive looking flavor.
Okay.
And I know you like black cherry water. Ladies
and gentlemen, it is the Claw.
What child's for? The Claw. What about is it the Iron Claw?
It's the official drink. This is the White Claw.
What do you think Baron Von Raschke's doing next weekend?
Putting somebody in the Iron Claw?
Probably in Waterloo. But I don't want to talk about that.
This has become the official drink of independent wrestlers and basic white girls in the summer of 2019. And me and Alex have not tried this drink yet.
Or never had it.
So we are going to attempt right now. Hit the high spot, baby, every time. Just like Manson.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
It's pretty good.
Little rough at first.
Yeah.
But once you get to it, once you get used to it, it's not a bad drink.
I'm not sure how I feel about the aftertaste.
It's a little aftertasty, but that's black cherry. I drink wild cherry waters from Walmart.
Oh.
They taste like cherry. They pretty much taste like cherry sodas.
Yeah.
Black cherry stuff tends to have that little bit of an aftertaste to it. It's not a bad drink, so I'm gonna finish this. They're only 200 calories. There's only 2 grams of carbs in each can.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of our independent wrestling friends who like to keep in shape.
Also keep it lit, drunk.
Yes. These have definitely swept the independent wrestling world.
Absolutely. It's pretty good.
Not a bad drink.
No, not at all.
Now, Alex, don't drink too many of these.
Why?
Because I don't want you to delete the podcast before you post it again.
I wasn't even drinking that night.
Yeah, literally, you were stone cold sober. And folks...
What?
Alex accidentally deleted our pretty good episode, if I may say.
It was a pretty good episode.
We had a lot of good...
We previewed all the shows we're going to talk about now.
Yeah, because, we had a lot of shows this weekend, but... we previewed them all.
Yeah.
We had some good back and forth about some other stuff.
We talked about the NWO.
We
talked about porn music, didn't we?
Oh, we did. That's right. We talked about porn in general. Somehow we got on porn in general.
I don't think so.
But
music.
Well, yeah.
I asked you if you ever saw the.
Oh no, because I remember I talked about the wrestling-based porno that was made back in the '90s, New World Order.
Oh yeah.
But it was a really good episode, and unfortunately, like I said, Alex hit the exit out of Audacity button before he had exported the show.
Button, yeah.
And I had, full disclosure, I had a horrible couple of days. And
I wanted to fucking re-record it right then and there.
Alex wanted to re-record. He was more mad at himself. I was the opinion of, the streak had to end at some point.
Bum, bum, bum,
so,
bum,
not that streak.
Bum, 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 bum,
our streak had to end at some point.
I'm the fucking Bill Goldberg of podcasts.
Losing a podcast at that point, because like I said, I had a horrible couple of days, was the least of my worries. So unfortunately, folks, there is an episode of our podcast that has now been lost into the ether. The FBI may be able to get it out of Alex's computer. I don't know.
Oh, man. I'm going to storm Area 51. Be like, hey, I don't care about aliens, but can you give me back my podcast?
Please tell me, Joey, Joey Janela is going to be in the front row of that thing, right?
Storming Area 51?
Oh, dude, that's got Joey Janela written all over it.
I want to be a spectator.
Yeah.
I just want to get, how close can I get to Area 51 without being mistaken for these Looney Tunes and lollygaggers that are actually gonna storm it? I just want to watch.
Can we just pull up and maybe take some White Claws?
Couple blocks away, we'll get a 6-pack. We'll We get a...
I'll get a 6-pack of cider, boys.
Yeah.
We'll just chill on the hood of the car.
Couple 6-packs. Yeah, we'll just watch. We're not... But see, that's what's going to happen is there's a lot of people that be like, yeah, we're going to storm Area 51, man. We're going to fight these aliens. And then they're going to get there, and then it's going to be like, nope.
What's going to be really messed up is when they...
What's the alcohol percentage in this?
Oh, pretty high.
Okay.
No, in White Claw, I don't know. I thought you were talking about the people that were going to storm Area 51. Their alcohol percentage is probably going to be pretty high. The crazy thing is going to be when they get in there.
Yeah.
And they find out that Glenn Gilberti was right all along, and there are actually aliens masquerading as humans in WCW.
You think?
Yeah, that's what Glenn Gilberti said.
That's what he wanted to pitch when he was on Creative.
Dude,
right?
that is one of the most amazing shoot interviews of all time. Glenn Gilberti pitching the angle where he wanted to have alien, basically a scroll invasion of WCW.
Oh my god!
God, who the fuck would ever let this guy book a show? I don't know. But
I think it was your bro, wasn't it?
What?
Didn't your bro allow him on the Creative?
Oh, in TNA, but they allowed. I think I was on the Creative in TNA for 10 minutes and didn't even know it.
Why didn't you pitch anything good?
I did. That's why I'm blocked.
Oh.
I pitched the first thing to solve everybody's problem: get rid of Dixie, and it got me blocked. And even though Dixie's nowhere to be found, I don't know who I got to talk to fucking get unblocked by Impact Wrestling.
Should I text Don?
Who? Don West?
Don Callis?
Oh, Don Callis. I don't have his number, unfortunately.
You don't have his number anymore?
No. Wonder if I could... If I ever see him, I wonder if I could talk to Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy might be able to get me unblocked. Jimmy loves me, so...
Does he?
Yes, he really does.
Does he?
Jimmy Jacobs loves me.
Well, I love White Claw, I think.
I think you like it a little more than I do, but hey, that's okay. I'll stick to Cider Boys and Angry Orchards and Bud Lights. But so that's the show. There was nothing else going on this weekend that we have to talk about.
Chronological or?
Well, I think we should talk about the biggest thing that happened this weekend, folks. I am sitting next to the manager of the 3XW Heavyweight Champions, Alex McCarthy, the manager of the Hadley Brothers, who won the Battle Royal. Then they defeated Niles Plunquet, and then they won the 3XW title. Right?
Sure.
That's what you told me was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that. You're very happy. So you didn't win? You told me you were going to.
Let me tell you something. I was too worried about Moondog. I got a little distracted. Got a little off pitch. Worrying about the Moondog. Well, that wasn't even the opening match. Let's start with the opening match. This is 3XW's 14th anniversary at the Come and Go Theater, the Des Moines Social Club. The opening match saw Captain Midnight Guthrie, who received an award. Did you see that on social media?
I did.
The Branson, Missouri Entertainer of the Year. Captain Midnight Guthrie. And he led J.J. Garrett into battle against Malachi Matthews, an old friend of yours.
Yes, a former QC Cup holder in SCWPro, Malachi Matthews.
Well, very well. And Superfly Jay Fowler in a triple threat match, which saw the Buns of Steel victorious again. You know, I gotta say, those Buns of Steel have been on a bit of a streak lately. I think he deserves a title shot.
Really?
It's one of the titles, I think so.
Okay.
He's been undefeated recently, I think. Former tag team champion with that idiot Sentai.
Yeah?
You know how you know Sentai's around?
How?
He stinks. You
Uh-huh.
can never mistake the smell of Sentai.
How can you smell Sentai over Moondog?
That's how bad he smells. I can smell Sentai a mile away.
All right. What else? What else happened?
So in the second match, it was Battle Royal. And so what happened was that idiot, very athletic idiot, John West, was trying to eliminate Moondog. And so I, being the top manager that I am, tried to push Moondog back into the ring.
You tried to help out your charge. I mean, that's what a manager's supposed to do.
So I climbed onto the apron, and I was trying to push him, but I wasn't able to reach. So I grabbed the top rope to pull myself to my feet to push Moondog back in. However, when I pulled the rope, when I was pulling myself up using the top rope came down a little bit, and Moondog fell to the floor and was eliminated.
Totally by accident. I mean,
yes.
You were trying to help.
And then I asked him what happened, and he accused me of pulling the rope down, which is not true. I never even touched the rope. I would never pull the rope down, would never do such a thing. And he's arguing with me. And then that mangy canine friend of mine put his hands on me, puts his paws on me, and then my other charges, Brett and Dean, the Hadley brothers, see what's happening, and they're trying to talk some sense into Moondog, when all of a sudden, Xander Killen and John West dumped the Hadley brothers out of the match. It was sacrilege.
So unfortunately, what you told me was incorrect. None of your guys won the Battle Royal.
Well, we kind of won.
How do you kind of win a Battle Royal?
Well, we I'm sure Dave will say we were the most valuable players.
Who's Dave?
Meltzer.
Oh. I don't think he watches your matches, unfortunately.
Well, what the hell is the matter with him?
I don't know. He's busy watching the G1.
Well, see, that's biased. He's not a good journalist.
But what else happened at 3XW? Move on.
So the next match saw Marty Bell, friend of the pod, take on Blair Onyx. That name calling, you know what?
I like Blair Onyx.
That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. And they had a great match, back and forth match. Great women's wrestling action. And Marty Bell won.
Yeah.
Very proud of Marty.
I mean, it sounds like it was a good match, but I'm a little bit perturbed by the fact that you want to run down the lovely and wonderful young Miss Blair Onyx just because she had some choice words for you.
It's not nice to call people names, Regal.
Well, I mean...
You don't like when people call you names.
No, I don't.
People make fun of you all the time, and that's not okay. But it's fine when somebody says, I have a fat mouth. I have a pretty mouth. I have a great mouth. Tell me my mouth is beautiful, Regal.
Moving on.
Tell me my mouth is beautiful.
Moving on. What else happened at 3XW?
Oh, did I mention that Xander Killen won the Battle Royal?
Yeah, we didn't, but yeah.
And then Niles Plunkett jumped him and hurt his knee.
I mean, Xander's had knee issues. We all know that. Everybody knows that. And Niles Plunkett doing what he does.
Smart thing to do.
I mean, kind of a cowardly thing to do, but...
Well, you know.
Okay, so after the women's match...
Pure championship match. Now, Jason Strife has yet to be pinned by Jeremy Wyatt. That being said, Jeremy Wyatt has yet to be beaten by Jason Strife. So they had another match. And there was, the referee got knocked down. Some things happened. First of all, excellent match. If I could only watch one match in the history of 3XW ever for the rest of my life, it would be these two. Great match. Great encounter. Every one of their encounters have been a classic. And but Strife lost again. It was the old Eddie Guerrero trick where Wyatt convinced Strife convinced the official that Strife had struck him with the championship, thus causing Strife to be disqualified and allowing Wyatt to get the victory. Strife then demanded another match, another shot, and it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls match. Jason Strife, Jeremy Wyatt, where the loser will leave 3XW.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Huge stakes.
All right, what else?
Then we had intermission.
I mean, did you get a hot dog?
I did. Always do.
All right. What happened after intermission?
After intermission, it was Delicious Devin Carter's career-threatening match against none other than AJ Smooth. Yeah, AJ Smooth. And AJ picked up the victory. So it was the retirement of Delicious Devin Carter.
Which, yeah, so...
Talk about some of your memories of Delicious Devin Carter.
I mean, I never went to 3XW a lot back in the day. I do know of Devin for a long time, obviously. But Devin was a guy, been in 3XW since pretty much the start of it.
Was on the first show.
Was on the first show. Had matches against guys like Crotch, against Merrick Brave.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestled a lot of guys I know. So, and I've obviously seen him when I've gone to 3XW. A 3XW original, so stepping away from the ring, and definitely wish Devin well.
Without question. And yeah, so we saw the last match of Devin Carter. After that, it was the Kiss My Booty match between JT Energy and Gil Rogers.
Do we have to talk about this one?
And the referee got knocked down, and we saw the new addition.
I'm sure on purpose.
We saw the new addition to the JT's entourage, which was none other than Luke Langley and Santos Barbosa.
Yeah, it sounds like the AF, as it was called.
AF is dead. AF
is dead.
AF.
And there is a new crew with Mr. Barbosa and Luke Langley and the 6-star asshole.
Yep.
And I mean, this guy just a deplorable human being wherever he goes. And he made my good friend Gil Rogers kiss his derriere.
His booty.
I'm disgusted. Somebody somewhere, and I hope it's my boy Big Mac Jah, is eventually gonna make JT Energy pay in spades. And oh God, I hate that guy so much.
Sounds your phone, Regal.
Yeah. What else?
Then after that, it was the finals of the 3XW Tag Team Championship Tournament. And it was none other than the Snake Pit taking on the Horde, Mad Dog the Destroyer, and Red Wing the Barbarian, accompanied by Dork the Clown, as what's his name? Darok the Wizard. And so ultimately, Darok tried to use some foreign substance, and Cito Cobrara stole the liquid, spat it on Red Wing, but apparently it gave Red Wing superpowers or something. So it looked like the Horde were going to pick up the victory. And then we saw a new addition to the Snake Pit in 3XW, Regal. Have you heard who's joined the Snake Pit in 3XW?
I did hear who's joined the Snake Pit in 3XW, as they have in other places.
Magnum Pro.
Miss Blair Onyx.
Yes, Blair Onyx, the new addition to the Snake Pit.
So a big night for Blair Onyx.
Absolutely.
Young lady with a lot of talent. And that's a big get for the Snake Pit, because she is well versed at doing whatever it takes to get a victory.
She sure is. Great fit for the Snake Pit. So, it was announced earlier in the night after Niles Plunkett beat up Xander Killen that Xander Killen was not going to be fit to... Or Plunkett didn't think Killen would be fit to compete in the main event. So he issued an open challenge, but then said, I've already beaten everybody in the locker room. And the open challenge was accepted by special guest for the evening, Miranda Gordy, daughter of Terry Bam Bam Gordy. And for some reason, she was seeking the approval of the idiots in the crowd, even though, as I said on commentary, those idiots probably wouldn't know Bam Bam Gordy from Bam Bam Flintstone. And but they cheered for her. She had a very impressive match, athletic match. Ultimately, Xander Killen came out and distracted Niles Planquet, and Miranda got the victory. And then Killen, but she thought she was the champion. They said no, it was a non-title match. So it wasn't a title match. And but Xander Killen, who had earned a title match earlier in the night by winning the Peyton Mitchell Memorial Battle Royal, got up behind Niles, hit him with the drop down. 1, 2, 3. New 3XW heavyweight champion.
The now bald-headed Xander Killen.
Yeah. How about that?
I like the new look on it. Of course, I know a little thing or two about being bald.
There's so many bald dudes in wrestling now.
Like I said last night, what you got against bald people?
I don't have anything against bald people, but it's like if you're in wrestling...
Are you a hair supremacist, Alex?
No. Not exactly. No, I mean, I do love my hair, and I never, ever, 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 ever want to be bald. But it's like everybody in wrestling is either long hair or bald. There's no, just regular length hair dudes. Travis Titan might be the exception.
Travis Titan.
I'm trying to think who else. Everybody else. Oh, Robin Steele.
Jeremy Wyatt
is bald.
Oh, he's bald now. That's right.
Yeah.
He used to have a flat top. He used to have a crew cut. I forgot he shaved his head bald.
I really.
Jake Parnell.
His is kind of long.
Not really. Hey.
His is long enough that I'd call it long.
You
can put it in a ponytail, can't he?
John Moxley?
Yeah. And that's why he'll never be over.
I mean, but yeah, you are right. 90% of pro wrestling, you have long hair or you're bald.
Yeah, there's no in-betweens.
But no, I definitely like the new bald-headed look on Xander Killen. And for those of you who may only, watch only know SCWPro, one of the big differences in 3XW is that Xander Killen being the hometown kid from Des Moines. He's a big fan favorite. They love him. Yeah. I mean, he's Xander Killen through and through. Right. But they love Xander Killen in Des Moines. Mm-hmm. So, the hometown kid, kind of like, when ECW used to go to Pittsburgh and Shane Douglas would be booed out of the building everywhere else in the country, and they go to Pittsburgh and he'd be the biggest babyface on the planet. So right. No, sounds like a really good night at 3XW. 14 years. Impressive. That is impressive. I don't care what, like I always said, I don't care what size of company you are. You've been around for 14 years. You're doing something right. So to me, I think if you even hit 5 years in independent wrestling, that's a huge accomplishment. Yeah, a lot of companies don't make 5. Even more don't make 10. Yeah. And every company in Iowa. Yeah. Is, obviously IPW the exception of Rugged Pro. The OG. Yeah. CEW's been around for 12. Yeah. So yeah, with the exception of Rugged Pro, which is less than a year. Revolver. Well, Revolver's really 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4, yeah. They only run two or three shows a year. Yeah, but they're doing more this year. But 3XW, it's so much great wrestling in without Iowa. A doubt. But while you support indie wrestling, while you were in Des Moines trying to get a championship, yeah, I was at something very, very, very different. Yes, I was at the Beer Stube. Yes, for JP's Finger Fest, a show ran by the special guest commissioner for the night of SCWPro, one JP Finger. How the hell did that happen? Literally, there was a video. Merrick seemed like he was drinking a very large alcoholic beverage, and I'm guessing that was probably not his first one. So, Merrick Brave claims that he always has his best ideas when he's drinking.
I need to be like, hey, Merrick, why don't you let me run a Call Ballroom show?
Well, the Call Ballroom literally has a barbed wire fence around it at this point, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, sure, Alex, go ahead, run a Call Ballroom show.
Yeah, that's probably what he was going to say. Yeah, you go ahead, bud. Go ahead and do that. See how it goes. Maybe he should let me and you run a show at the Rust Belt.
Maybe.
But
at least Dubuque.
JP Finger in charge. We didn't know we were going to get. He comes out, he does the intro, and then announces that we're kicking it off with a bang as we've got the official and long-awaited SCWPro debut of the boys from down on the farm, Chuck and Buck, the Brewster brothers.
They were there?
They were there.
They made it?
You missed the debut of the Brewster brothers, Alex.
Oh, hell.
They made it to Moline, and they took on the team of Solomon Tupu and Jordan Marsden. And, immediately, the bell rings, and Big Chuck Brewster, sporting one of the greatest mullets in the history of professional wrestling.
Not even joking.
Immediately pulls out that damn wrench again. I asked Merrick Brave.
Who's refereeing this thing?
I believe this one was John G. But I asked Merrick Brave, I said, Coach, didn't you take that wrench from him? He said, well, I did, but apparently they got another one.
He's got more wrenches than most people have teeth.
Yeah, but the Brewster
brothers. But he has less teeth than most people have wrenches.
I will tell you, those boys, they're very unorthodox.
Yeah,
but they're also effective.
Really,
they're some big tough country boys. Solomon Tupu at one point made the mistake of attacking Daryl.
Oh no!
Have you met Daryl yet?
Yeah, I have.
I got the joy of meeting Daryl, the Brewster brothers' horse.
Did you interview Daryl after the match?
I did not interview Daryl. I would have loved to.
We should see if we can get Daryl on the pod.
We need to see if we can get Daryl on the pod. That'd be a pretty interesting interview.
Yeah.
In the end, using the backpack splash with a lot of weight with Chuck and Buck, they're a couple big boys. Chuck and Buck, the Brewster brothers, picked up the victory in their first win, and the crowd in Moline, Illinois, absolutely loved the Brewster brothers.
Wow.
So we'll be seeing the Brewster brothers back, and then we had another debut match.
What?
Yeah, 2 debuts in one night, thanks to JP Finger.
Dang, he'll just let anybody wrestle, won't he?
As Valentina Loca.
I'm just kidding. That came out wrong.
Valentina Loca, the Southwest Spitfire, took on the debuting, formerly known as Miss Olivia, Izzy B. Izzy B. Looked pretty good. And then Loca attacked her surgically repaired knee.
Really?
Which, she did tear her ACL 1 week away from graduating from training.
Oh.
As Merrick told us, she had torn her ACL, and that's why she had not made her in-ring debut as of yet. Just got medically cleared. So Izzy B going through a lot of pain in the knee as Valentina Loca was just unmercilessly attacked it. But she fought back.
Good.
And in the end, she hit the kick and rolled up Valentina Loca for a victory.
The kick, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of kick?
A head kick.
A head kick? Dang.
Izzy B can kick really high, so don't ever make her mad.
I have never intentionally made a woman mad in my life.
Should we call into the other room and ask that one?
Intentionally.
Okay.
I said intentionally.
Intentionally, okay.
The key word being intentionally.
Okay. But, Alex, we got to talk about this next match.
Do we have to?
We do. Because it was historic. It was a first ever match.
Yeah?
It was Sabotage.
Sabotage. I still think he should come out to Sabotage with the Beastie Boys.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Nice.
Sabotage took on the Corn Boy. And in what JP Finger deemed the first ever Iowa Rounds match.
What is an Iowa Rounds match?
The rules of an Iowa Rounds match, it's kind of like a European Rounds match.
Except not at all.
Well, you do have rounds. They're 90 seconds in the Iowa Rounds match. Mm-hmm. The rounds are 90 seconds long. And the reason it's an Iowa Rounds match is because in between rounds, you have to consume Iowa's greatest export.
JP Finger?
No.
Oh.
An ear of corn.
What the fuck?
So 90-second rounds, and then in between rounds, you have to consume an ear of corn. Obviously, this made the corn boy ecstatic.
Unfair advantage.
And apparently, we found out Sabotage does not like corn. He had some real trouble. So
I heard he got a tummy ache.
He got a tummy ache. He did try to end it quick. He tried to end it in the first round, so he didn't have to eat any corn.
That would have been the smart thing to do.
In the third round, after eating 2 ears of corn, the corn boy. I mean, you can imagine 2 ears of corn in the corn boy.
That's nothing.
Yeah, he
eats 2 ears of corn before most people are awake.
But yeah, he ate his 2 ears of corn and then hit the corn choke slam for the victory. And
gotta come up with a more creative name for that.
The corn slam, I don't know, but the corn boy did
creative.
Yeah, the corn boy picked up the victory. Then,
all right.
Then after that, we had the Travis Titan Open Challenge.
Really? I got to be there. I got to accept that challenge one of these days.
Dear God, I hope that never happens.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
No, it would not. The SCWPro champion Travis Titan once again said he's going to be a fighting champion. He issues an Open Challenge, which is answered by a gentleman, a graduate of the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy, making his SCWPro debut. A gentleman who, after graduating, he went down south to the Tennessee, Georgia area.
A southern boy, huh?
Well, not a southern boy. He's actually British.
What?
Benjamin Carter.
Really?
Yes, a British gentleman who came out and immediately verbally accosted myself, Merrick Brave, Travis Titan, JP Finger, and everyone in the crowd in the beer garden.
Why?
Because he's British and angry. That's what I gathered.
Why is he angry?
Probably because he's British.
Oh, wow! So disrespectful.
I mean, we know British people. Certain British people can't control themselves on Twitter. We got a British guy that can't on WWE that can't consummate his marriage, and then
I think he's gonna do it tonight.
Then there's this guy. So, but no, Benjamin Carter. Obviously, not endearing himself to anyone. We several references were made to the fact that the British lost the Revolutionary War.
Wow, still bringing that one up, huh, guys? Jesus.
But I will say, as much as he talked, he backed it up in the ring, as Benjamin Carter and Travis Titan had what may be the best match of the year in SCWPro.
I think so.
Yes. These two guys absolutely took it to each other and tore... Well, there's no house to tear down because we're outside. But they tore the beer garden down.
I think that's just an expression, Regal.
But there's no house because we're outside. So they tore
the outside down.
Yes. No, this was an amazing match. Travis Titan picked up the victory with the Titan's Cross after... Benjamin Carter went for a Phoenix Splash. Beautiful Phoenix Splash. Titan moved. And then locked in the Titan's Cross.
Nice.
So.
Is Travis Titan still SCWPro champion?
Yes, he is.
Excellent.
Then we had intermission where I got a piece of Mexican street corn and a beer.
How was that?
Excellent.
Good. They didn't have Mexican street corn last time I was there.
They definitely had some Mexican street corn Friday night.
Did they sponsor Corn Boy?
They should. We need to work on that.
I mean, anybody should sponsor Corn Boy. It's Mexican street corn.
We're coming back from intermission, and JP is getting in the ring.
He's hyping. The fact he loves corn.
But JP is getting in the ring. He's hyping people up after intermission, and prime time, James Thomas comes to the ring and proceeds to run down the show, say that it's crap that JP is the commissioner, and that there's no, all the goofiness and all this needs to stop immediately. So JP, being the commissioner, decides, okay, James Thomas, you want to say that? You're going to be in a match against JP Finger, and it's a Falls Count Somewhere match.
Wow.
Now, a Falls Count Somewhere match, Alex, do you know what that is?
Yes, I watched one. Ritter showed one. It may have even been for the podcast.
For those of you, I don't think we did it for the podcast. For those of you who don't know, a Falls Count Somewhere match is like a Falls Count Anywhere match, except the fall only counts in one particular place. And the kicker is, the competitors in the match don't know where it is. Only now, here's the thing. I will say there seemed a little funny that whenever apparently the spot moves. Because every time JP Finger went for a pinfall attempt, that was the spot.
Yeah.
But Merrick Brave, I went to the ring to get JP's. He was wearing a sport coat and a tie and his hat.
Yeah.
And his gear.
Yeah.
But I went to the ring to collect his sport coat and his hat. He actually put his hat on me and told me to wear his hat for him.
Yeah.
You're going to a kissing party?
No.
Okay. So Merrick Brave got really excited and threw JP's hat.
Yeah.
I had to go get it.
Right.
So I went over and I couldn't find it. So I got down on all fours and I was looking around in the bushes. And then all of a sudden, I got stumbled into. JP and James Thomas had fought the outside of the ring, and I did not see this. And I got rolled over in a pile.
Yeah.
And apparently, where the fall counted was on the top of my stomach, according to JP Finger.
Wow.
So James Thomas was pinned.
Yeah.
By JP Finger
in
a false count.
Of this?
Yes, in a false count somewhere match where the fall counted on top of my stomach.
Wow.
So
and you're famous again.
I don't think this is going to be quite as famous. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Did Merrick get any good commentary lines when you got
pinned? He had a few.
While you were getting pinned?
Yes, especially after I was pinned.
Oh.
But up after that we had Crotch.
So is that your 6th match in SCWPro?
Well, I wasn't in the match.
Well, I think if you're the apparatus, yeah.
But I wasn't wrestling, so I'm not going to count that one.
You're not going to count it.
But then we had Crotch taking on Connor Braxton.
Yeah. In
a spirited context. Braxton picked up the victory, and then JP immediately apologized and said he didn't know why he made Crotch do that. But no, Connor Braxton picked up the victory. And then we had a 6-man tag to close out the night.
Yeah.
The team of Infamy. Dion Roosman, Robin Steele, and Joe Asa.
Yep.
Versus Dante Leone, The Shug, and Big Match Jah. Jah took the mic and said that JT Energy may not have been there, but he was going to treat Joe Asa, Robin, and Dion like they were all JT Energy and whip their ass.
Dang,
so,
you said that?
Yes. So,
dang.
The match, really good match. Unfortunately, Joe Asa got the pin. They cheated, of course.
What?
Actually, Dion got the pin when he rolled up Jah and then was grabbed onto from the outside by Robin Steele, and so Jah could not kick out, and then they were pinned. But because of this, JP Finger grabs the house mic and says that this is his show.
Yeah.
And if Infamy wants to act like a bunch of chickens, he's going to bring out a chicken, to which that we were then treated a giant chicken coming to the ring, and the giant chicken proceeds to stun Joe Asa, and then the Shug and Dante Leone stunned Dion Roosman and Robin Steele, and then a lot of the roster came to the ring and did the chicken dance.
So, like, when you say a lot of the roster, like Braden McBride,
he wasn't there.
Sabotage,
no.
Solomon Tupu,
no. The fan favorites.
Jay Marsden. Oh,
the fan favorites came to the ring and proceeded to do the chicken dance with a giant chicken.
When in Rome, right?
As Sean Morrow says, I guess.
Is that what Sean said?
Yeah, Sean says when in Rome all the time. You didn't know that?
No.
All right. But, yeah, that was Friday.
And then there was no wrestling Saturday.
No, there definitely was wrestling Saturday. There was AEW.
I don't think we need to do match-by-match results for these.
No, we're not going to do match-by-match results for these, but obviously we had AEW Fight for the Fallen.
Yes.
How much have you gotten through Fight for the Fallen?
I told you I was at the end of Lucha Brothers versus SCU.
Okay, so you saw everything but the last 2 matches.
Is that right?
Yeah. I thought this was probably the most
I loved the venue. The setting was gorgeous.
Yeah, the amphitheater.
It looked so cool.
The amphitheater venue for this show was absolutely amazing.
How many people were there?
I want to say 6,000.
I would try to run TV here occasionally.
Maybe not that many. Maybe like 4 or something.
Still, that it looked like way more than that. So I would try to run TV here every once in a while.
There's been references that they may run some of the TV there, because it is Shad. The building actually was designed by Shad Khan.
Really?
Based on an episode of South Park.
What?
I'm not kidding. It is an amphitheater that apparently Shad Khan saw something similar in an episode of South Park, and actually had this amphitheater built.
So is he an architect?
Yes, he is actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he burn it down?
I don't think so. No.
Not that kind of architect.
No, but no. The show, I thought there were some misses, but there was some good stuff.
Commentary.
Dude. Well, so the commentary in AEW, at least on this night, what are you doing? And stop doing whatever it is.
I'm not trying to.
We're not going to a kissing party, Alex.
Margaret!
I'm never going to a kissing party with you. Quit watching Vines or whatever.
I'm not watching Vines. I'm playing a game and it's the ad.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But no, the commentary of this show, and I'm gonna say this. Apparently, it was like this is an amphitheater. It is outdoors. There was no air conditioned. It was extremely hot. Apparently, it was about 90 degrees. So I think some of the commentary just got a little fatigued, and I think at least one member of the commentary team got very upset with the fact that, folks, Alex Marvez is fucking terrible. I literally listed free agent people that would be a better commentator for AEW to hire than Alex Marvez. Obviously, including myself and Alex. I included Margaret.
Margaret's a great commentator. Have you ever listened to her commentate?
Margaret is an excellent commentator. I included our friends Marty and Sarah.
Yep.
I included...
I wish you wouldn't have included Sarah.
Why?
Because she's beaten me out on a couple bookings. I'm not very happy about it. There's a couple times where I've tried for big things, and Sarah's gotten it instead.
A few more people listen to their podcast than ours, unfortunately. Sorry, Alex.
Maybe 5 or 10,000.
Yeah. But I included our buddy Bork Torkelson.
I don't know who that is.
From Pro Wrestling Revolver.
Who?
Bork Torkelson from Pro Wrestling Revolver.
I have no idea.
I included the Captain.
Yeah, Captain Midnight. He'd be great.
Can you imagine Captain Midnight and Jim Ross together? That would be something. No, but at some point.
Well, that doesn't really solve the problem if the commentary team is the Captain and Jim Ross together.
Okay.
33.3% of that commentary team was good.
Excalibur is excellent.
Excalibur.
And I'm going to think that JR was probably hot, sweaty, and got to a point where JR is an old man who got grumpy. He had been excellent in the previous 2 shows, I thought.
Yeah. I kind of agree with our buddy Gary that he's gotten worse every time.
I thought he was really good at Double or Nothing. I think some of the culture stuff at Fyter Fest probably was lost on JR.
Definitely. I actually thought the commentary was better at Fyter Fest. I think Marvez is the biggest part of the problem. But when
because you had a guy out there at Fyter Fest that was that is a pro gamer commentator that did a better job that did 1,000 times better job than Marvez did.
Yeah.
I said bring back Golden Boy.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, that's fine. But at some point, Tony Khan has to sit down and say, "Hey, you're my friend, but you're making my product bad."
I think that it should be required that whomever does commentary for these shows watches the Road 2s, understands the product, knows the storylines. There were things that were very confusing.
Yeah. As far as the wrestling, again, a solid show for the most part. I loved you haven't watched it yet, but I did love the Shima Kenny Omega match.
I heard that. It was good.
It was everything I wanted. That is a dream match of mine. I really thought match that stole the show was the 3-way tag.
That was fine.
The best thing they finally did was they finally got the Dark Order in the ring.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't just a cheesy, stupid gimmick, and you realize
I think that the Stu Grayson has a lot of talent. The other guy, I think, is not as good.
Evil can go. Evil Uno can go. Stu Grayson has been an underrated talent for years. And the guy...
Wait, when you say he can go, like, you're saying he's a good worker?
He's a good worker.
Like, he needs to leave?
No, he's a good worker.
I'd be fine with him leaving.
He can go in the ring. You are dead wrong.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's awful, but, like, he was the worst guy in the match.
I thought everybody in the match was great. So, and then the guy who... A Boy and His Dinosaur, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus got so over in this match.
Yeah.
They've done some really good stuff with them on BTE, which I think the crowd that watched BTE got into them already. And then when they got in the ring, they proved they showed how good they're. Luchasaurus is a guy I've been a fan of for years, and he came across in this match like $1 million. I think it's only a matter of time before Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are the AEW Tag Team Champions.
I think they'll definitely get a spot in the division.
If they maintain the fact that they're this over. And obviously, you're kind of turning them into a group now. You had them come out with Marco, who is over in whatever he does. So,
yeah.
You had the continuation of the Jericho and Hangman Page. Jericho busts Hangman Page open. Hangman Page comes back out later in the night and just beats up on Jericho. Good old-fashioned Southern angle that you can tell this is the kind of stuff that Cody's going to book. I like it's simple, and it's effective, and it works. And I can't wait for that match at All Out. Lucha Bros and SCU was very good. And then the Lucha Bros brought out the golden ladder. They climbed it. They made the challenge for All Out. I am so excited. I talked about this on the show that this was a match that I had hoped for in All In. I'm assuming that the Campeonatos de Parejas from AAA will be hung above the ring, and we are getting the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers in a ladder war. All Out is...
Are they calling it a ladder war?
Well, I'm gonna call... I actually like the term ladder war. That's one of the few things...
I feel like that's a trademark of Ring of Honor.
That's a Ring of Honor thing, but I do love the term ladder war. Because this is gonna be a fucking war. This is gonna be crazy. They're gonna do some shit. This is gonna be crazy. We had a decent opening 6-man tag, I thought.
Yeah, I actually liked it. It's really a good story.
Really good match that told the story and did continue the story. I actually missed part of this due to some technical difficulties with the BR Live app. I had to completely exit out, clear the data, re-log into the app. The closed captioning wouldn't turn off for some reason.
No, that was across the board.
Yeah,
that
but
wasn't
no,
just you.
No, but apparently certain people, and I was one of them, that had to completely exit out, clear their login and then re-log in to get it to go back to being normal. I thought this was the best pre-show they'd done. More straight wrestling.
What was on the pre-show?
Sunny Kiss versus Peter Avalon in a very good match.
Yeah.
And then
Those guys have worked before, haven't they? Together?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then a mixed women's tag match of Britt Baker and a Joshi, I cannot remember either Joshi's name in this match. Britt Baker and a Joshi.
That's the hardest problem the Joshis are going to have, I think.
Is that I'm trying to remember which one is which. Then
I'm going to say it like that.
Well, I mean, just the fact that we don't know who they are unless you've really seen them a lot.
Yeah.
But I think once they get to weekly TV,
yeah,
I think you can do some of the what Mike Tenay. I'm going to compare it to WCW Lucha Libre, where they had Mike Tenay do that series of videos where he talked about the history of Lucha Libre and he introduced.
Yeah, that's what and honestly, that's what the commentary needs. The commentary needs someone like Mike Tenay. I'm going to throw out a name. Chris Charlton.
I mean,
if he can get out of his New Japan contract.
He's out of his New Japan contract.
No, I don't think he's out of it. I think he's just off commentary and he's only serving as a translator.
You need that. I think they thought Marvez was supposed to be that guy, but he's clearly not. He's somewhere between.
Does he have a wrestling background at all?
He does, actually.
What's his wrestling background?
God, I cannot remember. But he has worked in wrestling before. Not for WWE. I think he did some indie stuff, but
or maybe Impact.
I don't think he did Impact at any point. I can't remember, but I know he did. But either way, No, I thought the pre-show was doing more of a straight style pre-show. They did the librarian gimmick, but they didn't make it. They did it very quickly, and then it went into the match. Which, if you're going to do that as a heel thing to get heat, I mean, that's fine. Just do it. I will say the low point of the show, Brandy versus Allie. I
was not into it.
This is the second Allie match that's been absolutely terrible.
You gonna blame it on Allie?
Brandy is not the... I've seen Brandy have decent matches, but this just it wasn't it. And then, obviously...
I'm surprised they're not protecting her. Maybe that's just naivete.
And then they set up Aja Kong.
That's an eye pop so fucking hard.
Aja Kong comes out to make the save.
That's a goddamn
Aja Kong
match.
versus Awesome Kong. I'm assuming that's going to be an all out, and I am here for it in spades.
Fucking dream match.
That is a dream match if there ever was one. I cannot wait to see Aja Kong and Awesome Kong, Kia Stevens, just beat the holy balls out of each other.
They're going to beat the piss out of each other. It's going to be fucking great.
But yeah, that's pretty much fight for the main event. You haven't seen it yet.
No, but I know who won.
Yeah. I think it went. If you shaved a few minutes off, I think it would have been okay.
Yeah, was it too long?
It was too. I think it went a little too long for a lot of folks. Plus, it was a long show. I think the show should have been shaved up a little bit in general. I definitely think they should not have gone almost 30 minutes with Kip Sabian and Hangman Page. Also, that match went 29 minutes, and Hangman Page got to win in the final minute. I don't see the point.
No, it was 19 minutes.
Was it 19? Was it 20 minute time?
Yeah,
Okay.
20 minute time.
But either way, the match was too long. And then the main event went 30 minutes, and it was just a little bit. They told a really good story, and it was a decent match, but I think they just went way too long. Did you watch Evolve yet?
I watched Evolve live.
Oh, that's right. You watched, and you could hear them watch Evolve on Booze, Brawls, and Brave.
Not really.
Well,
kind of.
But you guys were watching.
We have the fancy equipment, so you can't even really hear the watch along.
Yeah.
Because we actually used the SCW sound equipment to do the podcast this week.
Okay.
And it worked.
So yeah, you guys did watch Evolve while you were recording Bruise, Brawls, and Brave.
I think I was the only one who watched all of Evolve.
Okay. But I thought the show was decent. I
thought it was pretty good, yeah.
I thought I actually kind of felt like they padded it a little too much with NXT guys. I think
that's what an Evolve show is now, though.
Well, it is, and that's kind of one of the reasons I've kind of fallen out of watching Evolve religiously, like I had been at one point. Back in the Timothy Thatcher, Zack Sabre Jr., Keith Lee, Matt Riddle era of Evolve. I
hate to say it, I think that's the only way they're selling tickets.
The thing is, yeah, they used to not sell tickets. Now they sell out every show. So, because people go to...
I was going to say, that's the most people I've ever seen at a fucking
go
Evolve
to
show.
See Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly or Ricochet or Ali or whoever they put on it.
Right.
I think one of the things they should have done, they should have flip-flopped the two title matches at the end.
What do you mean?
I would have... It's an Evolve show. You're having a unification match for the WWN title and the Evolve title, which the WWN title is essentially useless now because the WWN title was created for Flow Slam.
Yeah.
They should have put that match, which was an excellent match.
It was. But you couldn't have... How could those guys have followed fucking Adam Cole and Tozawa?
I thought Cole and Tozawa looked like NXT house show match. I was not overly impressed by it, honestly. And I think it's your big title. I think JD Drake got himself over so much in that promo package.
Yeah.
The promo,
I watched that on mute.
He cuts an impassioned promo talking about losing his marriage, almost losing his child, becoming addicted to alcohol and painkillers, and having to battle back from all of this.
Regal sounds like a goddamn phone.
Don't kick the mic over, Alex.
We're still here, guys.
We're live, pal.
We're not live. No one is listening to this live.
We're recording live.
Yeah.
So we're kind of live.
Yeah.
We're not recording via Skype. We're recording live.
It's always much better.
No,
Ding, ding.
But no, I thought they should have flip-flopped those two matches. The tag match was excellent.
Yeah.
Joe Gacy, seeing Eddie Kingston on the WWE Network was surreal.
So somebody else made the comment that seeing AR Fox on the WWE
Well,
Network is something you never thought you'd see.
I said that's probably as close to the WWE as AR Fox is ever going to get, for reasons.
AR Fox.
Not just nothing against AR Fox. I actually think he's a hell of a talent. I've had a very interesting history throughout my indie wrestling tenure with Mr. Fox. But no, I thought that match was excellent. I thought Shotzi Blackheart and Brandy Lauren was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was good.
Shotzi almost killing herself on the dive spot.
Yep.
She took suicide dive a little too literally. Obviously,
What'd you think of Briggs? What'd you think of Briggs and
AG?
Yeah,
A good match, but it's one of those matches where I'm watching it. It's that Evolve style, so it's like I've seen these two have better matches on Uncharted Territory every week.
They're gonna have another match on Uncharted Territory this week.
Oh, the same between themselves.
Yeah,
it'll probably be better.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, because Uncharted Territory is
just like there wasn't a lot of story. It wasn't clear who the baby and heel were.
And you're getting a PG version of Anthony Green.
That didn't bother me that much.
I was amped up for the 4-way.
Yeah.
Because you had two people in it that me and you have known for
years.
Well, I had two guys that I knew pretty much from their very early days. The leader of the pack, Stephen Wolf, and then the Lone Star Kurt Stallion.
And also one of my first favorite independent wrestlers.
Harlan Bravado?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I watched I watched that Bravado Brother commercial, like, come into Ring of Honor, like hello, I'm Harlan Bravado, and I'm Lancelot Bravado, and our grandmother thinks we're going to be great professional wrestlers.
Their Ring of Honor run was excellent, I will say that.
I don't even know if the wrestling was good, but their character work was so strong.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, but obviously, I felt both Kurt Stallion and Stephen Wolf really showed out. Stephen Wolf getting the victory.
That shocked the shit out of me.
I figured they'd give it to Stallion or somebody else.
Wolf's pretty new there still.
Yeah, Wolf's still fairly new. He did the WWN recruitment camp.
Yep.
And got an opportunity and earned a contract. Stephen Wolf is a kid, like I said, who I've watched since he was a skinny kid doing Dreamwave pre-shows.
Yeah.
So, big, and has always been a very, very, very nice, great guy to talk to, very passionate.
One of the nicest people in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
And again, you want to tell a story with somebody.
Right.
A kid that's been open publicly.
On social media this year.
Yeah, open publicly about some issues that he's had. And has come back from him. So, big up to Stephen Wolf. Obviously, Alex has worked with him at Funky Monkey.
Zao Alive.
I've known him, like I said, for many years since he was, a rookie with Dreamwave. Great kid, and I think he's going to be one to keep an eye on now, especially. So Evolve, decent show. Like I said, I've kind of fallen out of Evolve in the last couple of years, but if they put more on the network, I would absolutely watch them. I'll say that. I've got too many goddamn wrestling streaming services that I need to get rid of at least one. So I'm not going to go out and get WWN Live for this. But put them on the network. I will definitely check them out. Then Sunday. Dude, you guys, there were two shows that I could have watched this weekend that I didn't even watch.
What's that?
There was Game Changer Wrestling.
Yeah.
51-51.
The tribute to Homicide, right?
Yeah. And then there was Flying V Fights on IWTV.
What was it?
Flying V Fights.
What promotion was that?
It's their second show. They've only ran a couple shows. It's one of those Chikara offshoots.
Okay.
But it uses like Tim Donst and a lot of Chikara based guys.
Sure.
It's I think it's like out in Jersey. But their first show was a lot of fun to watch. But no, Extreme Rules, and nothing happened that we really need to talk about. I don't think
the whole show was really good if you stopped at the end of the main event.
Oh yeah, stop as soon as Seth Rollins hits the 3 count, you just hit stop and you're fine. That's can I definitely say that there is a ringside cameraman that deserves a raise.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we're getting away from the PG, Alex.
Yeah, people are so excited.
There was a cameraman that got up close and personal with Lacey Evans, and I am not going to complain about that. Lacey may have a dubbed character, but that girl is roll as our boy Conrad would say, roll tide.
Absolutely, but so what'd you like on Extreme Rules?
I actually thought the show was decent.
Yeah.
I thought the Falls Count Anywhere match was excellent.
Who had a Falls Count Anywhere match?
Last Man Standing match.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait,
Last
did
Man
I
Standing.
miss a match?
Last Man Standing. Braun and Bobby Lashley. Dude, when Bobby Lashley wants to get in there and go, he can go. He can work when he wants to work. And I think this was two big dudes doing big dude stuff and beating, having a brawl all over the arena, and they did what they needed to do, and it came off great.
Yeah.
Just do more of that. AJ and Ricochet had another excellent match, and you're telling a story.
Yes.
With, obviously...
So I heard some people say, oh, it's too much of a WWE style, but obviously, it was also the first match in the series, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
So it's you don't want to give away your best match in the first match of the series. It's and in hindsight, I was thinking about this last night. AJ winning the U.S. title should have been a dead giveaway that Brock was cashing in on Seth. I hate to say it.
I thought the SmackDown tag triple threat was good.
Yep.
The opening tag match was Shane. First off, has Undertaker ever opened a pay-per-view before? That's got to be a first. I cannot think of any time he opened a pay-per-view.
Probably not. No. Margaret said he had to catch a flight.
But Taker and Roman versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, with the exception of Roman Reigns completely overselling Shane's terrible punches.
So with the exception of Shane's strikes and any situation where Take had to run, because boy did Take show his age anytime he had to run.
Even then,
other than that, everything else Take did, it was 100 times better than any match he's had in the last 5 years.
Take went out and said, okay, look, this literally was Take saying, okay, look, yeah, the last one was the drizzly shits. Goldberg can't work for spit, and I'm going to go out there and prove that, I can still at least decently go in this ring if I want to. And he actually put on a hell of a performance. Like I said, he can't really run as much as he used to. It's a little slow, but that tends to happen as you get older, unfortunately.
Well, it just looked awkward.
Yeah. No, I thought that was all much. Like I said, if you turn it off as soon as Seth Rollins gets a 3 count, it's a great show. But and it's not that it happened, it's just the way that they did it. Brock comes out, attacks Seth, 1 F5, 1, 2, 3.
No, I hit him with 2 Germans.
2 Germans, 1 F5.
Yeah.
And it's over. There was no drama built up in it. There was no hope spot shine for Seth. And, I mean, they want Brock to have the belt, I guess. I don't know why, but maybe with Heyman in charge, maybe he's going to be around more often. Maybe I just don't get the booking of it. But the point is, it's a thing that happened. Unfortunately, there are some out there. Obviously, he's my friend. We're in the state of Iowa. We're in the Midwest in general, Iowa, Illinois, and especially in the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
It's hard to get an accurate gauge of what Seth Rollins is, because in the Quad Cities, Seth Rollins is a goddamn god.
Right. Because he's given back so much to the community.
And
we've seen him, engulf the flame of so many young wrestlers.
And you can go to the River Bandits game and get a Seth Rollins bobblehead.
That looks like Merrick Brave.
It looks like Merrick Brave. Am I wrong?
No.
Did they?
Maybe they did it on purpose.
Did somebody?
It's the Black and Brave bobblehead. The only other thing I can think of is they said that whoever made the bobblehead had the picture of the wrong one.
That's kind of what I was like. Did they get the wrong person? Because that
Or
bobblehead
maybe, like,
looks like very brave.
Maybe the person making the bobblehead wasn't really sure which one of the two guys they were supposed to make a bobblehead of, so they just made it kind of look like both.
Oh, God. I need one of those bobbleheads. I really do. Because they don't look anything like gold.
Are they giving those out at Black and Brave Night?
I think so. I'm not sure when that giveaway is. I need to find out.
Black and Brave Night is next Wednesday.
Okay. Man, I gotta say. But no. So yeah, it's hard for us to get an accurate gauge of how over or not over Seth is. And we're biased. But damn it. I just don't get it.
I don't think the booking did him any favors. It's easy to say, because I'll say this, and I know maybe you'll agree with me, maybe you won't agree with me. Bret Hart probably could have got a good match out of Baron Corbin. Ric Flair probably could have got a good match out of Baron Corbin. Has John Cena ever gotten a good match out of Baron Corbin?
No, the match he had with Baron Corbin at SummerSlam was fucking awful.
Right. So, it's just a matter of you can be a good worker, but there's only a handful of guys in history, you know what I mean, who can get good matches out of certain guys. And maybe Seth's not that guy. And maybe that's okay, but do you have to be that guy to be the top guy? Do you have to be able to be the guy that gets good matches out of everybody to be the top guy? I asked you a question. Do you have to be the guy that can get good matches out of everybody to be the top guy? I think Bret could. I think Flair could. I think Shawn could.
I think Colby got the best out of Baron Corbin he could. I think
Right, but it still wasn't a good match.
No, because Baron Corbin is not good.
Right, but I'm saying there were guys in history who were top guys who could get good matches out of people like Baron Corbin. This is the whole Tom McGee debate. Isn't it?
Essentially. And, I mean, I hated it. I'm sorry. I hated the whole gimmick. I hate the fact they've turned Seth's real-life relationship into a storyline. I don't like any of it. So, it is what it is.
What's your letter grade for Extreme Rules?
Honestly, a B. And had it not been for Brock cashing in, I may have given it an A.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really good, solid WWE show. If you're a big WWE fan, you're really going to love this show. I'm obviously not a really big WWE fan, even though WWE's Facebook is recognizing me as one of their top fans. That happened this week.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I think it was decent, but not great.
So, anyways, tell us what you think, listeners. Do you think you have to be the guy that can get a good match out of everybody to be a top guy? Would you say Austin was that guy? Could Austin get a good match out of everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Cena, I don't know that was the case. Triple H, that definitely wasn't the case. What about The Rock?
I mean, he was definitely a top guy.
But I'm saying, was Rock a guy that could get a good match out of everybody? Did Rock ever have stinkers?
Oh, he had a few. I mean, everybody has a bad one every once in a while.
Sure, but like Bret, I can't think of a bad Bret Hart match. Can you? I'm sure. Well, okay. If you go WWF Bret, when Bret was the top guy.
Not really.
That's kind of my point.
So, but anyway, anything else going on?
Anything this weekend?
No. This is a very because last weekend had everything. St. Louis Anarchy Friday night. Looks
Journey
like
Pro Thursday night.
Journey Pro Thursday night, but St. Louis Anarchy is going to be live on independentwrestling.tv. So
Journey not.
No, Journey Pro is not live.
Okay.
It is on.
Have you ever watched one of their shows?
I have not yet, and I've been meaning to.
They're very good.
Yes.
They're a lot of fun. And they have people that we know on them.
Yeah, I know.
That's the whole reason I hate to say it, that's the whole reason I have Journey Pro I'm sorry, not Journey Pro, independentwrestling.tv. I'm looking to see my buddies.
Because there's a lot of people we know that work in a lot of places on that service.
Yeah.
That's honestly one of the reasons that I use it as much as I do. But no, the Circus Maximus for St. Louis Anarchy, it is their big.
It's kind of like their mania, isn't it?
It's their big show of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty much probably
it's kind of like their Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, a close to sold out Spalding Hall.
Kind of like their Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Obviously, like their Evolve 131.
Yeah. We get it. Obviously, watch Uncharted Territory if you have not yet.
Always watch Uncharted Territory. Yeah, always a good show.
Great stuff. But that's about it.
Hey, you know what I've been thinking?
What?
I forgot to tell you this. Podcasts have changed since we started doing our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, they do their plugs at the beginning now.
Yeah, we do plugs at the beginning.
Because nobody's still listening.
Follow me on Twitter at SCWPro444. Follow Alex at OneRealSmartAlex. The show's at Off the Chest TR, which pretty much we tweet when the new show drops. And there's a Slam Fam Wrestling Twitter that never gets used.
What's the password for that? Don't say it on the air.
If I remember, I'd have to think about it for a second.
All right, guys. Stay cool.
It's going to be very hot this week.
Take care, spike your hair. That's what I was trying to think of.
It's going to be very hot this week, so definitely stay cool.
Drink plenty of water.
I'm going to
Eat your
StarCast.
Vegetables. Oh, yeah, Regal's going to StarCast.
I am going to StarCast and All Out, so we'll
Are
talk
you going to
about
the show where Mansor's wrestling Jerry Lawler?
We are, actually.
Motherfucker.
We're going to the 2 Cup show, the
Oh,
Game Changer
shit.
Wrestling Black Label Pro, Friday night at 11:30 at night. That's going to be fucking crazy.
It's Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday
at
night
11:30?
at 11:30 at night.
Oh, I might drive to Chicago just to go to that.
You should. I would love it. You know who else is going to be there?
Who?
Gary Freeland.
What, really?
Yes.
Oh, the free man.
The
the godfather of ringside chat.
Godfather of ringside chat. My co-host on the Puro Regal pod, which
yeah. What happened to the daily G1 Puro Regals?
I never said I was doing.
What happened to God? You made that goddamn contract. I would have never given you I would have never given you a New Japan podcast if I didn't think you're gonna do daily G1s.
I may actually. We got till Thursday, so I may, depending on what's going on tomorrow or Wednesday, I may drop a little something in that feed. Just my thoughts on what's going on with the G1 so far.
Who's winning? Is anybody undefeated still?
Oh, there's quite a few guys that are undefeated. Lance Archer.
Really?
Okada.
Yeah.
Kenta.
Was Lance Archer Dallas?
Yes.
I asked Thomas that the other day. I was like, "Oh, that's Dallas, right?" And he used to fuck with him.
Kenta is undefeated.
Hideo Itami?
Yes.
Oh. How about Dean Ambrose? Has he lost yet?
No, he's 2-0.
Okay. They've only had 2 matches?
Yeah, we're only on night...
That's not as impressive.
We're only on night 4.
See, I would know these things if you did a daily New Japan podcast.
Listen to Voices of Wrestling. I don't know.
I don't want to pay for that. All right. Pay for us, buy our t-shirts. Slam Fam Wrestling, TeePublic. Bye.